Hello, class. To go on with your interest with medicine, I'm going to talk about potential new classifications. Well, how they're trying to discover new antibiotics. Well, I'm using it improperly. I guess it would be antimicrobials or antibacterials. So, what an antibacterial is, it just kills bacteria. An antibiotic is something that uh, damages the bacterium by inhibiting its growth. So penicillin is an antibiotic. It prevents the protein coat that surrounds the bacteria from cross linking and making it kind of fuzzy and not really able to go together. So and if you look at a drug like a sulfonamide drug, that works by inhibiting the production of folic acid. And so it doesn't necessarily directly go for that. It inhibits some specific pathway in the bacteria's life cycle. And so this article we go over looking at what we're looking for as far as antimicrobials. And this one here, we're looking into the genomes. So, but this article, it goes over a lot of different things. Actually, this is kind of an afterthought. So it kind of goes over the history that there was a bunch after the initial discovery of penicillin. Then they were looking at natural products and they found, okay, so natural products inhibited the growth of bacteria. How did they do that? Discovered how they did that, and certain molecules did things like tetracyclines, for instance. Like, oh, this tetracycline molecule kills bacteria, so we're going to do that. And now you can see after the 40s, 50s, and 60s, we're having fewer new antimicrobials. And an issue with this is these classifications, they're starting to become quite a bit of antibiotic resistance, specifically with MRSA, right? MRSA is not necessarily referenced in this article, but we're getting antibiotic resistance, and so the idea is we need to find new ways to take out bacteria. And there's a couple of ways we can do that, and one of them is to look into the genome. And I did a video on this before. If you want to look in my history, it's up to you if you want to do that. But this molecule here, loritodicin. It's this peptide here. It's a lasso. So this yellow ring here, it's like a loop, and then you have these different. These are amino acids like GLY. It's glycine. Arginine, that kind of thing. So these are valine. So these are the different amino acids, and it forms this lasso. They found that this is actually an antimicrobial. Unfortunately, this is something that will probably have to be injected in the patient. It's a very simple peptide, kind of like insulin, right? It's hard to give insulin to a patient other than by injection. So this is likely an injection, not something you can take with a pill, for instance, whereas penicillin and sulfonamide you can take with pills. But what they're doing is they're looking into the genomes, and they're looking for metabolites that come from that, and saying, okay, how can we? Kind of going backwards. How can we take these metabolites and then go back and mess up the life cycle of the bacteria? They don't necessarily mention that, but that's my interpretation of it. That's how they're going to do that. And so now they're also talking about artificial intelligence. So I can tell you research is very different now than when I did research. AI is becoming a very big part of research. And AI can do things and just do things very, very quickly that would take a human a very long time to do. And just the number of compounds AI can go through, for instance, so that whereas a human can't go through that. But AI and humans, we have different kinds of intelligence. So AI, it's kind of good at like predicting things and seeing patterns. Humans are very good at seeing patterns too. But we train AI to look for specific patterns, and here we're looking for having AI kind of look for structures that can see if molecules can have antimicrobial properties. So this is another way we can do that. But with all this, though, when we're looking at to make new antimicrobials, in the end, we have to go through the process with the pharmaceutical process to go through clinical trials and see if it works. I mean, you can find certain things, you can find certain allergies. For instance, I mean, for me myself, I'm allergic to sulfa drugs. I can't handle sulfa or sulfa-like drugs. So, which means there's certain things I can't take. I can't take Celebrex, for instance. That's a COX-2 inhibitor. I can't take some other common medicines like they have for altitude. It's like I get altitude sickness, and I can't take those drugs either. So, so we still have to go through this pharmaceutical pathway to get drugs approved. But so you're right about this. I mean, you can talk about antibacterial resistance. You can talk about what you think, or you can think about a different pathway. You can come back with a need for this, and we can talk about AI, how AI is changing things. AI is certainly changing things. You can see how it's and I think AI, artificial intelligence, is great. I like how AI is coming into research, and I think it's just going to make things even better. So and in the AI in this place, it's still not going to replace humans. I mean, there are some things that we're going to use AI for that I think humans go away. For instance, we don't have human computers anymore, right? I mean, you had the people, they were called computers. They would do math over and over and over again. And like we don't have that. We don't have people do that anymore. But we do have AI, that we have calculators that do that, right? And there's certain things that I think AI will change with humans, that we will no longer use our brains. We'll use our brains for different things, and we'll adapt. But that we can talk about it in future discussions, maybe this semester. I don't know. We'll see. I'll try not to just focus on AI or on bio stuff. I'll try and give you a little bit of diversity in terms of these topics. I tend to talk about, there's something that I talk about COVID a lot. I mean, that was one of my favorite things, and AI is another one of my favorite topics. So I'll try to keep a little bit more of a wide range of topics. Truth be told, I started writing a lesson about nuclear weapons and fallout and that kind of things. But because of the situation in Iran, but now that looks like that's over, I'm like, well, I guess I don't need to do that. So I had planned a different lesson, but I guess this is more of a happy topic, right, than talking about nuclear war. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the article, and hope it stimulates some interesting discussions. And also, you personally, if you're having any issues, if your basic needs are not being met, if you're having a hard time with mental health challenges, if you're having academic issues, or whatever else you need help with, please let me know. I will do what I can to help. So, goodbye.